In his first Friday night start of the season, Ryan Ramsey dominated, throwing just the second perfect game in program history as number 23 Maryland baseball cruised to a 13-0 victory.
Every Terp in the lineup had a hit as the Terps recorded 17 hits and 4 solo home runs. Center fielder Chris Aline got the scoring started with a solo home run just the second batter into the game for his Big Ten leading 14th home run of the season. But the rest of the night belonged to Ryan Ramsey. Ramsey threw the 34th perfect game in NCAA history on 118 pitches while striking out 10 Northwestern Wildcats. The last Maryland perfect game came all the way back in 1959, and the last Maryland no-hitter was in 2014. Ramsey also received support from his fielders. Second baseman Kevin Keister made a throw to first on the run for the second out in the 8th inning, while right fielder Troy Schreffler Jr. made a fantastic running catch to end the 8th inning. Northwestern shortstop Tony Livermore grounded out to third baseman Nick LaRusso for the final out.
I thought about it all the time in high school, trying to get no-hitters, and I fell short a couple times, one hits. You don't think about it because you're a good pitcher, but still these college hitters are good. So it takes a lot of command, but it's a little bit of luck too, honestly.
Oh man, I might coach the rest of my career and not have another one. Like, when's the last time that happened here in like the 50s or something, and so it just, there's no words for that. Just an incredible performance. It's what this team needed in a big spot too. And so I told Savvy on the way, I said, hey, no pressure tomorrow. So heck of a start to the weekend.
The Terps look to continue their hot streak on Saturday at 2 p.m. For the Left Bench TV, from the Bob, I'm Judith Altnew. Almost 1 year ago, fans at the Bob got to witness one of the rarest feats in sports, a perfect game.
There's no words for that. Just an incredible performance.
A 9-inning perfect game had only happened 23 times in the MLB and 19 times in college, until Ryan Ramsey added his name to the list. In a game that featured 13 runs, Ramsey's domination through Northwestern's lineup went a bit unnoticed in the early innings.
After the 7th inning, it was the bottom of the 7th, we got back in the dugout, and I looked at the scoreboard just to kind of what I always do, and I saw a bunch of zeros, and I was like, well, that's interesting.
Once Schliger realized Ramsey was doing something special, he sensed the moment, but tried to keep the same approach.
I think there was a little bit more urgency in the 8th and the 9th to just grab some of the balls that might be fringy, ball strike, and make them into a strike or present them well.
Thanks in part to his rapport with Schliger, Ramsey finished off the 20th perfect game in NCAA history, inducing a ground out for out number 27.
Easier when your catcher is on the same page with you and understands your pitch sequences, what you're favoriting, and knows how to talk to you. Especially, there's sometimes you'll have mound visits, and sometimes in between innings as well, as you need to talk to your catcher about how you want to attack the next lineup of hitters.
In a historic season for Maryland baseball, Ramsey's perfect game was another accomplishment on a long list that included winning the Big Ten regular season title and hosting a regional for the first time in program history. The Kansas City Royals drafted Ramsey in last year's MLB draft, and he's currently pitching for the Columbia Fireflies, the Royals' High A affiliate. Yet, the perfect game has followed him.
My teammates now even ask about it. What was it like? Were guys talking to you? When did people start to get quiet? All that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's a cool thing to bring to the next level.
Maryland volleyball's home woes continued Saturday night, losing their 7th straight home game, falling to Northwestern in straight sets. Maryland started off hot, jumping out to a 6-1 lead in the first set, courtesy of 2 Sam Sire kills. Northwestern remained in the set, going on 3 separate 3-0 runs to tie the set at 19-19. Then Northwestern tallied 5 kills to take set 1 25-23. Northwestern's momentum carried over to the second set, The Wildcats went on a 12-3 run, taking a 14-5 lead. Maryland clawed back and shrunk the deficit to 2 after a Sire kill to make it 21-19. But the Terps could not complete the comeback, falling 25-20. Middle blocker Raynell Jones went to work in the third set, recording 3 blocks to keep the Terps in the match early on. But a Wildcats 5-0 run gave Northwestern a commanding 19-13 lead that carried them to a 25-20 third set victory.
Just need to work on bringing intensity from the start. I felt like the energy wasn't the same as it was when we were on the road. So just working on that moving forward, I think will help us a lot.
Maryland struggled all night containing Wildcats outside hitter duo Temi Thomas-Ilara and Catherine Randorf, who combined for 30 kills in the sweep.
I thought a big difference was they were finding hands better than we were. They were skimming balls off the top, and it's probably 8 or 10 kills that they're not even diggable because they're off hands, out of bounds, and that's something that we have to improve upon. We got beat in that category.
Next up, the Terps will head west to take on Iowa in a Thursday night clash. For Terrapin Sports Central from the Xfinity Center Pavilion, I'm Judith Altnew.
So right here, I have a multicolored dough filled with some apricot jam that one of my peers let me try. So let's see how it tastes. Much more crunchier than I thought, but it's good.
Maryland Hill brought in local celebrity chef Paula Schroyer to lead a Hamantashen baking activity with about 40 students.
I'm a little bit of a fangirl. I have 2 of her cookbooks. One of them is autographed, and I was really excited to meet her and learn baking skills from her.
Hamantashen are triangular-shaped cookies with the filling in the middle. The Jews eat around Purim. Purim is a joyful holiday which celebrates the Jewish people's survival in Persia, which is now present-day Iran.
But it's really fun for me to come to communities and bake with enthusiastic Jewish students and other Jewish adults.
Students filled a colorful Hamantashen dough with apricot or raspberry jam, chocolate chips, or blueberries. Within the next hour, the students combined to make close to 200 Hamantashen.
It's just really fun to go through the experience again and fold it and everything. That's not something that you usually make under normal occasions. It's just this unique food. It's just really fun.
From Maryland Hillel, I'm Judith Altnew.
So I'm Judith Altnew, and I'm with Pedro Figueroa, the Flamingos first baseman, who's player of the game today after going 3 for 3 with 2 doubles, 1 single, and had 3 RBIs on the day in the Flamingos' 9-5 victory against the Wave in 6 innings. So how did you feel like your performance went today?
I feel like it went well. I was able to get my pitches and just do my job with the pitches, and I wasn't trying to do too much, just trying to get the bat head out and work.
So what was your ability to kind of hit the ball really far out, get those 2 doubles, and drive in those 3 critical runs that helped you guys win today's game?
I was just able to stay on my backside and let the pitches get deep, so I wasn't trying to do too much, just trying to square it up, and wherever it goes, it went. I just had a good approach to that.
I guess I know the Flamingos had been on a little bit of a downturn. Your team had been, sorry, getting distracted by the Thunder here. 3-game losing streaks. How did it feel to get a win today, even though?
I felt really good. This team has been kind of up and down. It's been up and down, but we got some real dogs on this team, and at our best, I don't think anybody's better than us. So hopefully we could keep it rolling and keep it going in the next game.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you. Rolling.
Okay, so I'm Judith Altnew, and I'm with some of our players of the game from the Colts' 6-2 victory against the Kings. We have the pitchers, Max Martsoff and Kai Ichwaru. They each had 6 strikeouts today. So I guess we'll start with Max, because you were the starter today. How did you feel out on the mound getting all those strikeouts?
I felt good. I know I can get ahead early with my fastball like I usually do, and breaking balls work later in the end of the game and later in the count. So it felt good to do what I usually do on the mound and help us get the win.
I guess, Kai, what about your performance today?
I felt good, just working on a lot of off speed today. Got the job done. Got a couple ground balls. Helped the defense helped out.
I guess did you have more?
Yeah, I'm good.
I guess I know you guys are leading the North, so how does it feel to get this kind of big win to keep you guys?
It feels good. I would say it's like a momentum shift ready for the playoffs. Knowing that we can have a chance to win this thing.
Any separate thoughts on that?
Just gotta stay hot.
Okay, I guess that's it from the pitchers of Player of the Game video.